I'd like to take a look at some of the data that I collected over the time of growing sunflowers. I started this on December 19. This is a sunflower, black oil sunflower microgreen grow. And my dry tray weight, which included a perforated plastic tray, a solid plastic tray, about 4 liters of potting soil, and 250 grams of seed. That dry tray weight was 1,279 grams. And then I watered it in. T stands for top water. I sprayed it on top, 500 grams, and S stands for sub water. I poured 1,000 grams of water into the plastic tray underneath. And so here are the tray weights over time, morning and evening, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. generally. And here are the watering events, generally in the morning, and I watered it every day. Harvest was 530 grams on day 12. This is a 12-day grow. Here are some more of my notes that you can see. So calculated water loss per day. This is from just after watering to the next day before watering. So that's how much water it lost. This one's anomaly. I took it off the fan shelf here. So if you want to compare with the fan and without the fan, there it is. And this is the water that I put in, and just a comparison. Okay, you are not going to be able to read the numbers here, but this starts at 0, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 grams. That's the tray weight here. The black line is the tray weight, and these are the actual numbers. So anyway, you see the tray weight varies, and these are daily waterings. This blue dot represents the water amount, and it's generally 600, 700, or 800, except for this one, which was lower. The black dot underneath represents a comparison of the tray weight loss, in other words, water leaving the tray, and that's really a negative, should be on the other side of the 0, but I made it in a way that it could easily be compared with how much water was being added. This green line is my estimate of the weight of the vegetation in the tray, and this blue line then becomes the tray weight minus the vegetation weight and minus the dry tray weight, and that is my estimate of water in the tray. And you'll see this is the 1,000 line. It kind of varies across 1,000 grams. And at the end here, I actually made a mistake and watered it not enough, and you'll see it dropped quite a bit, and the tray weight dropped there too. That was a mistake. So I went and based on a lot of the information that I got measuring these events, I made another table. This is all calculated. And it's calculated based on an initial tray weight of 3,000 and a watering event of 700 grams of water, or milliliters of water. So I start out, I fill the tray up with enough water to make the tray weight 3,000, and then every day, every morning, I add 700 milliliters of water. And I've also estimated 500 milliliters of water as water loss. So the result is, this is my best guess as to what is an ideal water level for the plants. It's a little bit above 1,000 and below 2,000, so maybe a little bit too much, but what I hope to do using this model is come up with a recipe that is a little bit easier than weighing things every day and you know, trying to figure out how much water do I give them. So I came up with this watering strategy. And this is a simple recipe that, as long as you're using a tray with about 4 liters of potting soil and your tray weights are similar and you use 250 grams of seed, then you follow this recipe. Should work. Um, so on the day after unstacking, water the tray to a total of 3,000 grams tray weight. So that's your starting weight. 700 milliliters of water each day. That could be partially under subwatering, could be top watering. I have problems with the ends getting dry, so I might water a little less, subwater a little less than 700 milliliters, and then spray the ends to make sure that they don't dry out. Don't exceed tray weight of 4,200. That really only applies at the end as the plant growth increases. And do not go below a tray weight of 2,200 grams. That only applies for the first few days. Shortly thereafter, the plant weights are bringing the tray weights well above this amount. And then leave it on the fan shelf. And that's because the amount of weight loss every day is, for a large part, based on air movement. And so even a different type of air movement might impact that weight loss per day. So then you might have to adjust that 700 milliliter watering every day. Also went through and did a cost, and my potting soil cost per tray is about 50 cents. The seed was just about $4. And this is more expensive seed than most, but it does produce more than a lot of the microgreens. This electric cost is for 3 shelves. This is my total electric cost, and I can have up to 9 trays going. I've put the entire electric cost in here to make a total of $5.28 per day, and I'm sorry, per tray. And that tray was a 530 gram harvest, which is 18.7 ounces, and that is a cost per ounce of 28 cents. So pretty cheap. So that's my work on documenting my sunflower grow.